Hi there, Stan The Annuity Man, Annuity Man Live. Man, these are fun. Last time we did this, it was a free-for-all of questions, and it lasted forever. And I'm just going to give you the promise that regardless of how many questions there are, we're just going to keep going. I want to thank Zeke, the Hawaiian marketing freak behind the camera. As you know, Zeke is the crying Hawaiian, as we call him. Everybody wants Zeke on camera, but he has a face for radio, so we don't do that. I want to also thank the Queen. The Queen is my wife of 38 years. That's the symbol. She's actually in office this week, which is, it's a pretty big event, which is great. So cue the questions up. We'll get it going. Couple of requests on the questions. No product names, no company names. So don't say, well, what do you think about the XYZ Initiator Annuity, Stan? Please don't do that, okay? You can email me at stan@theannuityman.com, stan@theannuityman.com, and I will answer those off camera. Legally, to talk about a specific company and product, you have to get the approval from those carriers. But I really don't care about any of that because I only look at contractual guarantees. I'm the founder of what's called CGO, contractual guarantees only. You own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. Never buy an annuity for growth. Growth does not have surrender charges. Just remember that. If someone's pitching you growth, potential back-tested, hypothetical, theoretical, unicorns chasing butterflies, you go, what? Is there a surrender charge on that? Oh, yeah, it's a 10-year lock-in. Oh, that's not growth, okay? Annuities are contracts. Don't get fooled out there. There's a lot of people saying, well, you can get market upside with no downside in an upfront bonus. Please, 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 don't go there. Couple things. So that's the first thing. The other thing that I thought was funny is Zeke showed me an email this week that somebody, and the guy was in the financial business, and he had watched the last live event replay, and he said there's no way those questions that you answered weren't staged. I mean, first of all, that guy's, just reading that email from that guy made my IQ go lower. He's the dumbest person I know. I'm not going to mention his name, but we both looked at each other, Zeke and I, like, who's got time to write questions and stage questions, man? Also means that his clients aren't as smart as my clients. How about that? Couple other things. If you haven't gone to my site recently, theannuityman.com, we have a new site. It's like a rock and roll site. It's not what you typically would see from a color scheme standpoint, but I'm a contrarian. I think you'll like it. Now, one big change, and we are the pioneers of everything. As you know, pioneers take all the arrows, but the pioneerism of what we're doing is when you run quotes with us, let's just say you want to run a immediate annuity quote, a QLAC quote, an income rider quote, a deferred income annuity quote, you do not have to put in your personal information. All you have to put in is your gender, your state of residence, your real date of birth, and say, well, I would have put in my real date of birth. You're putting in a gender, okay? We're not asking for your email address. We're not asking for your phone number. We're not asking for your name. But we're going to give you the best quotes, live quotes of all carriers in the country. We are the only ones to do that because everyone else is like, we want to capture that information. We want to capture that name and capture that email and capture that phone number. My opinion on all of that, when we built the new site, I was like, I don't want to do any of that. I hate when people do that. It makes me not want to sign up. But I want the information, and you want the quote. So we are the only ones on the planet, I'm sure there'll be people that try to follow us, good luck, that give away the quotes without any personal information. No way for us to follow up either via email or phone. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, do it. If you want to sign up for my live event, do it. If you want to download my free owner's manuals, do it. But no one's going to proactively call you. The only way to get a call from us is to schedule a call, and you can book a call on our site. But the cool part, I'm really proud of the site because my prediction was right. When you have a quote machine and a calculator that we do that quotes all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee, and you do not require people to put in their personal information, guess what happens? Yeah, you're right. A lot more people quote. The numbers are literally staggering. Staggering. Unbelievable. And I'm proud of that because you're getting real information and you're not having to give up any of your information to get it. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy. So remember the ground rules. No company names, no product names. If you want to get down and dirty with those types of specifics, not Pacific Zeke. Pacific Zeke is Hawaii. Okay, I didn't say Pacific. I said specific. He heard Pacific and he did like a Scooby-Doo. Pacific Ocean. So no product names. That's about the only rules, really. I mean, you can ask anything. You can get angry. You can get mean. I can take it. Oh, the other thing, too, I keep messing with this. Going to trademark it. You know what this is? No, it's not that. It's the annuity goatee. Annuity goatee. Yeah. Typically, though, Zeke's got a beard down to his waist. He's one of those guys. I couldn't do that. But his is like dark hair. Mine comes in frosty, as they say. It's because I've put a lot of miles on the brain. That's what happened. So, Zeke, let's get to questions, Zeke. What do you think, Mr. Hawaii? All right, here we go. Eva Power. I like saying the names because, man, you guys have some great names. Please compare and contrast MYGAs, multi-year guarantee annuities, with inflation-fighting Treasury index funds. Well, first of all, inflation-fighting Treasury index funds. That's a mutual fund or an ETF. I have nothing against Treasuries whatsoever. I like contractual guarantees. Treasuries are contractual guarantees. I'm not familiar with inflation-fighting Treasury index funds, but I'm sure they're good. I'm not a big fan of funds. If you want to buy Treasuries, buy Treasuries. You don't have to wrap it in a mutual fund format, in my opinion. But multi-year guarantee annuities are the annuity industry version of a CD. When you go to my site, once again, you have to sign up for it. You can get the free live feed of the best MYGA guaranteed rates in your state of residence because I go per state. So you just put in the duration you're looking at per state. MYGAs are also, in my opinion, I'm the only one calling them this, annuity bonds because you're investing the money. Well, let's get back on that. Annuities aren't investments. You're placing the money in a contractual guaranteed transfer risk product. I mean, that's what annuities are. But with MYGAs, you're putting that money with a specific carrier. That specific carrier, annuity company, is guaranteeing an interest rate. So to me, that reeks eerily similar to a bond. I used to manage bonds at Dean Witter, Payne Weber, Morgan Stanley, and UBS. So the good news about MYGAs annuity bonds, is that the underlying value does not fluctuate. You get a guaranteed interest rate for a specific period of time, and you have full control over the money, and there's no moving parts, no annual fees, no market attachments, smallest commissions on the planet built in, paid by the carrier, not by you. You're buying CDs. But to compare them to inflation-fighting Treasury index funds, it's hard to do that because I'd have to see the fund structure, the fees if they're charging any, hopefully they're not, and then also look at it. Why wouldn't you just buy Treasuries and then compare Treasuries to MYGAs? There's only 5 places to put your money where you get a guaranteed interest rate and you can sleep like a baby at night with a pacifier, and those are Treasuries, CDs, money market, AAA municipal bonds, and MYGAs. Those are the 5 places. So Treasuries are part of that. I just don't think you need to buy I have to do it one more time. See, inflation-fighting Treasury index funds. I don't think you need to do that. You can just buy Treasuries. Go to treasury.direct, I think, is where you go. Next question, Zeke. Let's look at it. I'm going to blame you, Zeke, if they're bad questions, okay? Does your calculators weed out companies with poor customer service? That's a really good question, actually. No, we do. We'll tell you if a company is A-rated and they have the worst customer service on the planet. In fact, there's one right now that we're not recommending. They have the best financials on the planet, but talking to them is like going down the black hole of customer service death. I mean, I'm telling you right now, they're just horrible to work with. So we're going to tell you, A, if I sign off on it and recommend it, and B, if they can push the paper. I mean, there's one carrier right now, A-rated, good company, has great rates, but it's taking them forever to get the paperwork across the finish line. We're going to give you that heads up so you're not going to get blindsided. But yeah, we do filter it. The first filter obviously is, can they back up the claim? Remember, with multi-year guarantee annuities, we're dating the company, not marrying them. But with lifetime income, we're A+ or better, and most A+ companies, carriers out there, have a pretty good staff support system, running a very, very strong business. So, but we will tell you if they are a pain to work with. But here's the good news: I have the biggest staff in the country. We're located in Las Vegas, Nevada, all under one roof. We have no one working virtually for us. Everybody in the building except Zeke is licensed in all 50 states, so that they can take your call legally and talk to you and do the application, etc. So we have the best customer service on the planet. So we're going to take the bullets for you. All it is, if you decide to do business with us, is a 25-minute phone call, and then we take it across the finish line, whether it's IRA, Roth IRA, non-IRA. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the product. But we take those bullets, and we're going to be your administrative liaison from start to finish. And I think that's a big deal. Also, too, we pride ourselves on same-day applications. Same day. And if I told you how many we do every day, I can't because it's a competitive secret. It would blow your mind. But we're set up for that, and we have the largest staff in the business. We're in the, we moved into a new office recently this year. It's the old Expedia building, and during COVID, remember COVID? Remember COVID? Zeke laughed at that. Okay, Expedia was in this building. Remember Expedia.com, travel? That probably wasn't a good thing to be in COVID. So this building opened up, and, it's perfect for the annuity man, right? So that's where we are in Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody under one roof, but same-day applications. Unless you say, I can't do it today, I can do it tomorrow, then it's next day. But, I've never seen one go past next day with my staff. And if we get to the point where we can't handle it, I'm hiring. I'm hiring every single day. People that actually want to work. Next question, Zeke. Hi, Stan. I know you're not a big fan of Roth accounts. Let's stop. I don't have one personally. That doesn't mean I'm not a big fan. What I'm saying is I don't trust your friends and my friends, the politicians, to get on a stump one day and go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of the evil rich. And one of the things the evil rich is taking advantage of is what's called a Roth IRA. And a Roth IRA means that you can take money out tax-free. They're going to leave out the part that you paid all the upfront taxes, turn it into a Roth. And we're currently seeing them slowly, as they say in the Hawaiian Islands, where Zeke was part of like that mafia culture over there and collecting money and stuff. It's the old salami game where they're just slicing the salamis. They're slowly changing the rules. Like Roth IRA distributions are now I think they're part of the IRMA calculations, and IRMA. So they're going to eventually means test this thing. I'm not against them. We have a dragillion clients with Roth IRAs, and you can put annuities inside of Roth IRAs for lifetime income or principal protection. It's just that I personally don't trust the government, and I'm probably wrong, and a conspiracy nut. I guess a conspiracy nut would just put this on and think that I'm blocking out all evil spirits with my crown, and it's really the Queen's crown. All right, so let's keep going. But what are their competitive A+ companies? A+ companies do a FIA, fixed index annuity, due for income, allows you to do a conversion during a 5-year deferred window. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. I'm not going to get into the details of a Roth conversion, but all I'm going to say to you, and this is a really horrific sales pitch going on in the annuity industry, is they're pitching Roth conversions using indexed annuities and using the upfront bonus. The upfront bonus. You get a 27% upfront bonus. There's 100 pennies in the dollar, not 127 pennies in the dollar. Don't be a fool. You can do a Roth conversion without an indexed annuity. Oh no, Stan, did you really say that? Oh, what's the industry going to do? You do not need an indexed annuity to do a Roth conversion. Upfront bonuses, schmonuses, who cares? There's not an annuity CEO waking up in the morning going, you know what? I want to give away money today. No. So this, I mean, can you take a A+ rated indexed annuity company and do a Roth conversion? Yes. My question is why? Please don't say upfront bonus. I'll throw something at you. That's crazy. You can do a Roth conversion without an indexed annuity. Spoiler alert. By the way, that's a sales ploy by the industry so that agents can take current annuities and flip them to do new business and create new commissions in a Roth conversion. They could give a crap about your Roth conversion or Roths in general. It just gives them the opportunity to flip an index annuity with a surrender charge, take an upfront bonus, and say, well, we're doing it because of the Roth. Here's the thing, and I'm going to go back. Never buy an annuity for growth. Never buy an annuity for growth. Never buy an annuity for market growth. Market growth does not have surrender charges. Index annuities aren't market growth products. Well, this old boy down the road showed me this thing, 7, 10, 11% bull crap. Buy it and see what happens. Buy it and see what happens. Next question. I'm getting revved up, Zeke. It's the annuity goatee. Can you talk about the 50 to 60% limit on liquid assets put into annuity? Is that a federal, state law, or professional standard, or some other rule? Yeah, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC.com, suggests that no more than 50% of your investable assets, that's not your house, that's not your car, that's not your guitar, that is liquid assets, bank accounts, brokerage accounts, etc. Okay? Not land, not your barn, none of that. They just don't want people putting all their money into annuities. I always say use the least amount of money with annuities, whatever type you choose, to solve for the goal. You answer 2 questions. What do you want the money to contractually do, and when do you want those contractual guarantees to happen? From those 2 answers, I can give you the products that will provide the highest contractual guarantee, or a better answer that you don't need one. Now, people get mad at me, and you say, Stan, how's that even possible? People get mad at me because me and the Queen, married for 38 years, all we buy are MYGAs, because the Annuity Man as a company is the best growth stock on the planet. So we don't need growth. We make NVIDIA and SpaceX look like a utility stock. Okay, we're growing by leaps and bounds. So we put all of our money in MYGAs, and I mean all of it, so it can grow a compound tax deferred, and then we just roll them with non-qualified money, after-tax money. You say, well, Stan, how do you get away with that? I get away with that because I can't sue myself, unless my other personality does. But the point is, I'm the only person that can get away with that. I'm not going to allow my clients to put all their money in annuities. And you're probably out there going, you big darn hypocrite. No, that's not true. You know, I'm looking out for your best interest. This rule was put in place by the Johnny Appleseed local agent that takes the little old lady and puts all of her money into annuities and then fictitiously fills out the application to get it through. I ran into one the other day that was horrific. It was in South Florida, and she was convinced to put all of her money into indexed annuities. She needed indexed annuities like she needed combat boots. And the reason indexed annuities are pushed by, everybody wants to sell you one. It's the highest commission product on the planet. We use them solely as a delivery system for income riders because you can't buy a standalone income rider. But she had put all her money in, and not only the advisor put 100% of her money in and did something that created taxes like a $200,000 tax bill. It's one of the worst cases I've ever seen. Been doing this for 30 years. But I run into a lot of people with 80 and 90% in annuities. No. I can call, if you said, Stan, I have 50, I want to get to 60%. I can make a phone call if I think it's in your best interest and try to get you to that percentage. But there's other things to do with your money. Annuities, and yes, I'm the top agent in the country, but they're not a panacea, one size fits all. So it's the NAIC, it's the industry standard, but the way that agents get around it is that they will buy multiple annuities at the same time with different applications, send them in at the same time, and not put on this application that these 3 were annuities that they own. I mean, there's some nefarious misdemeanor crap going on out there. But it's similar to if you fill out your mortgage application incorrectly, or fraudulently, it's a problem. It's a legal problem. So If someone has put you into too much or too many annuities, let me know. You have a case. You have a case that the annuity industry wants no part of it, but your state insurance commissioner wants a part of it because they need to clean this stuff up. Next. If you hold a fixed index annuity, a traditional IRA, and want to put it into a MYGA, does that type of transfer qualify as a 1035 exchange? By the way, good question. 1035 exchange is for non-IRA assets. If it's IRA, so you have an index annuity and the IRA over here, you can establish an IRA at the MYGA company, and then it's IRA to IRA transfer, non-taxable event. 1035 has to do with non-IRA, annuity to annuity. So both of them are non-taxable events, but I just wanted to get detailed on that. So you can do that if it makes sense. Next. Hey, Stan. Real happy with my MYGA. Great. After 3 more years, do a SPIA. Maybe. And what he's talking about is a concept I came up with called MYGA to SPIA. A lot of people don't know if they need income in the future. But with multi-year guarantee annuities, which are the annuity industry version of a CD annuity bond, at the end of the duration, we're going to be in touch with you. I've got the best staff in the business. We manage billions with a B dollars of MYGAs, and we just know how to manage them, and we'll be in touch with you 60 days prior and say, what do you want to do with the money? Do you want to roll it to another MYGA, or do you want us to shop for the best immediate annuity payout for lifetime income, and we can do a non-taxable event transfer into the immediate annuity? That's a MYGA to SPIA. I've done videos on it. If you want to go to my YouTube channel and just type in MYGA to SPIA, they'll pop up and you can watch them. But it's a way to control the asset, not pay any fees, and still do lifetime income. Now, the industry doesn't like that because they want to sell a packaged product with surrender charges and an ongoing fee for the life of the policy, which is an income rider. There's nothing wrong with that, with an income rider, because the income rider account, that's the fees don't come out of that, comes out of the indexed annuity account. But MYGA to SPIA is a very efficient way to control it. The difference is with an income rider, you know what the guaranteed amount will be 5 years from now. But if you bought a 5-year MYGA and we're going to go to an immediate annuity after 5 years, we certainly don't know what a future immediate annuity quote will be, right? But it's a very efficient way to do lifetime income, for sure. I need a drink. This is water, by the way. Zeke said, it's like gin, isn't it? No, it's not gin, for gosh. Listen, I'm 20 years sober in October. Cheers. Seriously. Do we have another question? See, we do. That's fantastic. Dear do. I like that. For a pension in early 50s, which is better, MYGA or SPIA? Okay. Now we're getting into the weeds here, and this is good stuff. Multi-year guarantee annuities when you're in your 50s, you cannot take money out of it pre-59 and a half without a penalty. So think about your IRA. If you take out money pre-59 and a half years old, there's a 10% penalty. Same thing applies with multi-year guarantee annuities or fixed index annuities that don't have an income, well, with income riders as well. The way around that, if you said, Stan, I'm 50, I need an income to start in the next, 30 days, year, 2 years, whatever, it has to be an annuitized product to qualify under what's called the rule of 72T. Google 72T, it's an IRS code that says the IRS approves, that's blessing an annuity, bless, and then it blesses the lifetime income stream payment or a period certain payment so that you can circumvent that 10% penalty. It's the rule of 72T. I just did one for a gentleman who retired early but wanted the income to start now. It was an immediate annuity under the rule of 72T so that he would not be penalized that 10% penalty, yet get a lifetime income stream. So under this circumstance, the only way that MYGA would work is if you're going to hold it and not take any money out. But if you need income, it would be an immediate annuity and just to circumvent that 10% penalty. So be very careful out there. A lot of the Johnny Appleseed agents, and by the way, most agents last about 4 years, possibly 5. That's the average. So they come and go quickly because they watch me do it and they go, well, that's easy. That redneck can do it. A little bit more difficult than they found out, right? So just be careful out there. And those are situations you probably need to touch base with me and just run the scenario by me and just make sure that we do it correctly. Okay? Next. See, Zeke, I'm messing with the Zeke. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing this really sporty cap, right? We're giving them away. I mean, if you go to my site and it says email Stan, you just click email Stan. Just say, send me a hat, brother, and I'll do it. You got to put in your physical mailing address, but we'll send you a hat for no obligation. You can wear it around, etc. We did have a lady, Zeke, that emailed us and said, great client, but she said, I do not like the black background of the new site. And, listen, we're trying to have fun, okay? Every site's like this generic white with these pictures of people holding hands and eating melons, and ours is like, no, man, we got shades on. It's black, it's red. We're having fun. We're very serious about what we do, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. But this black background just drove her crazy. I emailed her back and said, you're a valued client. We're really sorry you don't like the black background, but we focus grouped it, and most people think it's fun and crazy. And I don't know if you've noticed this. Zeke, have you noticed this? I'm a little bit of a contrarian. Have you noticed that at all? He's like, no. Yeah, okay, great. Zeke, I just got a hat like that. You have great taste. You know what, Zeke? I want you to write that down, because Zeke's always walking up to me and goes, you have zero taste. I mean, he does that to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a kind of a hat snob, so these are like hats that canvas stuff. They call them dad hats for some reason, but they're really comfortable, and I don't know, we spend a lot of money on them. It became this thing, like I initially ordered like, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000 of them, and I said, just, start sending them out, and then it got out of control. and now we got a room full of hats, but we send them out. Why not? We're having fun. I don't know what we're sending. Oh, what we're sending out next year, Zeke, is I'm rewriting my original book, The Annuity Stanifesto. It's The Annuity Stanifesto 2, and we're going to give those away as well. Or you can go to Amazon and make the Queen happy and buy it. But we're going to send those out for free. And I got a feeling, my publisher called me the other day. He goes, what's the initial run going to be? I told him, I said, think about 25,000 to get us going. Because we have a lot of clients, so the clients are going to obviously get them when they request them first. But you non-clients that you need to be a client, you can get them too. That's okay. Thanks for the hat. I'm glad you like the hat, man. I'm getting all kinds of pictures from people I got one the other day from Indonesia. I got one the other day from a guy in Great Britain wearing it. It's cool, man. It's cool. And by the way, I do have hair. And people say, you're just bald. No, I got hair. It's just graying. People say, Stan, what's that thing on this side of the head? See that, Zeke, right there? You know what that is? Someone tried to kill me. Yep. Bullet just bounced right off. I've seen it happen, man. What are we doing? Hi, Stan. Last video meeting. You said that you would accept transferring where my annuity is now to you. Can you tell me what would be the advantage of that? I'm glad. Again, that looks like a setup question, Zeke, but that's not a setup question, okay? I am starting to take agent of record changes, but only fixed annuities. I'm not taking variables because I throw up, and I don't take RILAs because I throw up. But I will take indexed and MYGAs to help you manage them better because I just know what they are. I don't get anything for it. There's like when you do an agent of record change, the commission's already been paid to the Johnny Appleseed agent you bought it from, and they don't care. They're like, great, Stan's got it. Give it to him, that sucker. I just know how to make lemonade out of a lot of these, especially the index side. And the MYGAs, we just manage them well. I've got a team of people. That's all they do is manage MYGAs and make sure that you hit the date of that it won't renew, etc. But that's the advantage is the biggest staff in the country and the fact that I'm going to personally look at it and we're going to manage it. And regardless of whether you bought it here or not, we're going to treat you like a client because you have an asset that we are a part of and that we can call in. The great part about it, too, is if you make me agent of record, everyone in my office is licensed, but they're not on commission. The cool part is we can do all the administrative stuff for you without charge. Like, hey, Stan, change my beneficiary. Hey, Stan, change, where where I need the money to be sent to. Hey, Stan, we moved, change the our address, because if you've ever called an annuity company, it's like 1-800 on hold. We do have different phone numbers because I'm Stan the Annuity Man. So we can get through. We can do that for you. I'm fully staffed, biggest staff in the industry. We found out the other day that I thought my biggest competitor was bigger, and we found out we're like 4 times or 5 times the amount of people. I'm not a big fan of like this huge payroll. Zeke loves the payroll, but I'm not a fan of having the biggest payroll, but I am a fan of having the best staff and the biggest staff. So that would be the positive is if it's a MYGA, we're never going to let that thing slip through the cracks. We're going to be on top of that. And if it's indexed annuity, I am the originator of making indexed annuity lemonade, because it is a lemon. And I'm going to teach you how to, I'm going to look at what you have and say, okay, here's how we can do something with this in a positive manner for you. A lot of times that's just advising you to take the 10% out and get the heck out of that thing. If you have an income rider, then we will assess that as well. But it also saves you from other agents trying to flip you out of that product into, hey, look at this one's got a 50% upfront bonus. Just save you from those characters, because that's not going to happen here. So I had to put that back up. If you want to do, just on my site, it says, email Stan. It'll pop up and you can email me, or stan@theannuityman.com. And just attach a statement. I'll take a look at it. We'll be in touch with you. So, no pressure. So, it's all good, Zeke. It's all good. Zeke, are you looking? You're looking, aren't you? Maybe it's, Zeke, are you trying to read it in, what do they speak in Hawaii? Is it Portuguese? No, it's Hawaiian. It's Hawaiian. I thought that. My daughter lived in Maui for a while. My daughters have lived a good life, I can tell you that, under the umbrella of capitalism that I provide. Here we go. If you have a fixed indexed annuity with an income rider, I assume that RMDs are required. If it's inside of an IRA, if you have an annuity inside of an IRA, like a deferred, like a MYGA index annuity, it's part of the RMD calculations. That doesn't mean you have to take it from the annuity. The IRS doesn't care if you take it in proportion. All they want is their cut. They're the mafia, okay? But if you have an income rider and you turn on the income rider, that income stream is going to cover the RMDs for that annuity asset. Do they simply subtract the RMD from both the real and fake roll-up? No, they're looking at the real money amount. But we're now to tax questions, and I can do this off air. If you want to do it, stan@theannuityman.com, or you can book a call with me. We can go into the details of this. But requirement of distributions, most deferred annuities are RMD friendly. I do want to point out here, I think it's important that people say, well, Stan, why do you do A+ or better for lifetime income with income riders? It's because income riders are not, listen to me, lean in, are not covered by the state guarantee fund. Everybody's like, well, I want to protect myself with the state guarantee fund. Draw a line down a blank sheet of paper, indexed annuity over here, which is the delivery system for the income rider over here. Monopoly money, just like he said, monopoly money fake. It only is here to determine the first lifetime income payment, all right? Not covered by the state guarantee fund, covered by the state. So my point is, the roll-up rate of an income rider, that's great, but if it's an A+ carrier, they can back it up. If it's not, I don't know. It's called tail risk in the business. I call covering your tail a little bit. No, it's not really that, but it should be that. But you got to be careful, because there's some low-rated carriers with high income rider payouts, and I'm like, no. And plus, the income rider roll-up rate, that's not yield. I run into people all the time. They call me all the time and go, well, I got an 8.5% yield on my index annuity. No, you don't, player. You got a monopoly money income rider that's rolling up by 8.5%. That's not yield. You can't cash it in or transfer it. And the last stat that I saw, which was nuts, it's as nuts as Zeke is on a Saturday night, okay? That's nuts. So over 60% of people with income riders never turn them on. What? I mean, and I know why, because Johnny Appleseed Agent sells it as yield. Mr. Jones, interest rates aren't good right now, but I can get you an 8.5% or 8% yield on this income rider. And trusting gentleman says, well, that sounds great. Well, it's monopoly money. That's my take on that. Income riders are great, but you got to turn them on. Somebody sent me an email the other day. Some video I did, and I do a few videos. I do one every day. Okay? I do one new video every day. The lady goes, well, I disagree with what you said about Social Security to turn it on early. Don't you know the nuances of Social Security? I'm like, come on, man. Of course. I mean, I work with, to me, she's the top Social Security expert in the country. Her name is Marsha Mantell. Plus, she makes a mean lasagna. Never forget that. She's been on my Fun with Annuities podcast. Of course, I understand Social Security nuances. What I'm trying to tell people is live your life. 3 phases of retirement: go, go, slow, go, and no go. All right? Eventually, you're going to be drooling on yourself and crapping your pants. And yes, Zeke, you too. And it ain't going to be pretty. Zeke's going to be dropping the deuce on himself. Think about that. But we're all going to get there, so why not enjoy the money now? And the reason that I say, hey, consider taking the income sooner, it's just simple math. Well, Stan, the income, the Social Security payment is higher at age 70 than 65. You think, player? It's because you're older. It's life expectancy based. So what I really want you to do, when I said that, and the lady just went bananas on me, I'm like, calm down. No, she was nice. Is run the math. How long will it take for you to make up for the payments if you wait to 70 as opposed to taking them at 65? How long does it take to make up for those 60 payments? It's math. My opinion is turn it on sooner than later. Sooner than later. Why not? Enjoy the money. Well, it's higher when you're 70. That's because you're older, player. That's because you're older. The older you are, the higher the payment. I get these calls all the time. Stan, you're thinking about buying an immediate annuity right now. But if we waited 3 to 6 months, would the payment be higher? I'm like, because you're older. Interest rates play a secondary pricing role. It's all about your life expectancy. So the older you are, the higher the payment. They price life expectancy to the day. Don't try to time it. Bell didn't ring at the top of the bottom. Don't try to thread. Well, you know what? I think I can probably figure this out and probably beat the annuity company at their own game. No, you can't. You just can't. I don't care how smart you are. If anyone would have figured that out, it would have been moi. That's Hawaiian for me. Right, Zeke? Zeke said that. He's speaking my language, son. I don't know. What do you think, Zeke? Annuity go-to? Next question. We're having fun, Zeke. Zeke, have you ever had more fun than this? Don't answer that question. I don't want to stop. He'll go into back in the day you should go to clubs. No. Sweat it back. I want to hear that. Cranky retired guy. That's fantastic. I like that. Cranky retired guy. Does the 50% rule take into account past annuities? Yes. No, it takes into account annuities currently owned. So yeah, they look at everything. So listen, that rule is a good rule. It's a good rule. It's to protect the consumers from annuity agents with no souls. And I'm not talking about shoes. There's a lot of people out there that just would. I hear it all the time. I mean, the stories I could tell about the recommendations for people that needed an indexed annuity, like they needed a hole in their head, and some Johnny-come-lately agents trying to take all their money and put it in one for the upfront bonus. I'm going to change this industry. I swear to you, I'm going to change it. I know the go-to will be down here, Zeke, but it'll be worth it, So yeah, it takes into all annuities, etc. As a single female, I remember losing 50% in my 401k in 2008. Lady, I'm going to tell you, 2008 left a scar for a lot of us. We're looking at these markets now. Check the date, check the time of the taping. It's AI heaven, baby. We're rolling it. Zeke's doing the crypto. He's doing all this stuff. He's leveraged out. I'm just saying, I'm looking at all this spending. At some point in time, you have to have return on investment, ROI. And again, I'm 100% out of the market. And I know that side backwards and forwards. I just don't want to do that anymore. And we just put all our money in MYGAs, and I'm happy with the percentages that we get, and I'm happy that they grow tax deferred. I'm happy. I'm happy hitting bunt singles the rest of my life. I'm good. I'm good with that. I wanted something to ensure I was secure in my retirement after seeing several of your videos. A new annuity was for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, it's not like there's no agenda for products or carriers. We don't go on any incentive trips. I got one the other day. I just send you on this, Zeke. Some company's going to Greece. Congratulations, Stan. You're going to Greece. No, Stan's not. There's two things in that. Like, if I go to hell, let's just think through this for a second, Zeke. I'm either going to do one of three things. I'm either going to be a Walmart greeter, which that wouldn't go well. Number two, I'm going to run a restaurant. That's not going to go well. Or number three, I'm going to go on agent trips and spend time with annuity agents. I mean, the last time I was at one, and I made the vow 10 years ago. I wanted to stab myself. I was looking for sharp pencils, anything just to take myself out right there, because being around annuity agents it's horrific. But what we do with everybody, if you schedule a call with us, and you're probably going to get me if I'm around, is I'm asked two questions. What do you want the money to contractually do, and when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? It's that simple. And if you don't want to talk to me, you can go to my site, and as I said before, you can pull up MYGA feed without signing up. You can run quotes without signing up and get real quotes, live quotes with carrier names. Joe Biden, we're the only ones doing that. Zeke, you like the Joe Biden thing, don't you? I got nothing against Biden. I got nothing against any of these idiots. And I do say it. I mean idiots. I mean all parties. I don't. Zeke, I'm in the contractual guarantees only party, Zeke. I'm running in 2028 under will do, not might do. That's what I'm running under. And you know what? I'll tell you this right now. If I was on the debate stage, Zeke, it'd be game on. You know that as well as I would roast those people. I would fillet those people like a flounder. I'm telling you. So yeah, that's cool that she's a client, and we're going to take care of her. Hey, Stan. Woodsparker. I thought that said woodpecker. Hey, Stan. Glad to join the live show. Thank you. It is a good live show. It is live. I do like the guy that said, this has to be fake. It has to be staged questions. Let me tell you something. If I told Zeke to do a bunch of staged questions, he'd just drive off in one of his mini Teslas. He's got like 6 Teslas. Pay him so much. It's amazing. Anyway, actually he has 2. When building a MYGA ladder, would it be best to cash in upon maturity rather than renew, than to have option to redeploy to a new MYGA? That's a great question, and I do have a strategy called the MYGA cash out strategy. Give you an example. You buy a 3, 5, and a 7-year MYGA, and as it matures, you cash it out and go spend the money. You cash it out and go spend the money. You plan on that compounding interest growth and that amount of money at the end, which you know what it's going to be, and you're going to cash it in and go spend it and use it to live chapter 2 of your life. Or you can get to the end of the road and you can say, hey, let's just roll it to another MYGA and kick the tax can down the road, which is what me and the Queen do. Okay? And a lot of people go, I get emails all the time, people go, well, if the princesses, those are my 2 daughters, if the princesses are the beneficiary of the MYGAs, which they are, aren't you leaving them this huge tax bomb? Aren't you just setting them up for this huge tax event? Yeah. They'll get over it. They'll be fine. The amount of money that they're going to receive will make them happy, And they can cuss me out at my funeral if they want to, as the heavy metal band's playing in the background. I don't care. I'm not living for my kids, man. They're 30 and 28. They've lived a good life, and they're living a good life, and they're going to live even a better life when my Learjet hits the mountain. Learjet being leased hits the mountain because all these MYGAs are going to go to them. Plus, there's a pretty chunky life insurance policy on Stan The Annuity Man that the Queen will get. So would it be best to cash in? We're going to be in touch with you 60 days prior to the MYGA maturing, and we're going to say, what do you want to do with the money? Obviously, things happen and change during your life, so maybe you went into it thinking, I'm just going to roll it to another one, but we get to that surrender charge time period, and you go, you know what, son, cash it in and send it to me. What's cool about my staff is they're not incentivized to sell anything. They're incentivized to make you happy. So making you happy is doing what you tell them to do, which is unique. There's no cross-selling. I don't go like, well, you had Joe on the phone. Did you tell him about the XYZ initiator annuity? That didn't happen. Okay, it just does not happen. It's your money. You're allowing us to be part of your team. I have the best team on the planet, and I'm the best team captain on the planet. But it's your money. We're going to follow exactly what you want to do. You're not going to. When you call here to us, if you're a client, even if you're not a client, we're not hammers looking for nails. I know that. And they're saying, well, you say that, but I guarantee if I called, you'd be right on top of me, son. No, I don't have that much energy. I know you're saying, Stan, you look like you have energy. No, I don't. I'm struggling. I had one of those, what did I have, Zeke? I had the Queen's here. I got to do this every time I talked about it. The Queen's here. And so I'm getting ready to go on this live event. She goes, you need to drink a protein drink or you're just going to collapse. I'm like, thanks for the confidence. I'm 62. She's like, you're going to collapse. I love the Queen, though. All right, next. I know you addressed 1035s. What we're talking about is 1035 exchange. That's the IRS code. If you're so bored, pull it up. It says you can transfer annuity to annuity or life insurance to annuity, not annuity to life insurance, non-taxable event. Okay? What I'm going to add to that, it has to be suitable and in your advantage, not the annuity agent's advantage to just twist and churn and create more commissions. So it's got to be your advantage. In fact, if you're going from one annuity to another, the annuity you're going to, we have to prove on paper in the application that where you're coming from and where you're going to is contractually better. How about that? Now, yes, there are games played over here by Johnny Appleseed agent and Joanna Appleseed agent, but we don't play games. Clarify, for my variable annuity basis, it could be exchanged. If it's a non-IRA account, a lot of little acronyms in there. Fair market value, I think he's talking about. It could be exchanged under a 1035 rule to a MYGA, okay, non-taxable event, but the cost basis would transfer, okay? So let's just say, I ran into one the other day. Guy put in $25,000 into a variable annuity like 30 years ago, and it's worth $400,000. Pretty cool. Mutual fund, compounding growth, that's great. But when we transferred it to a MYGA, and the cool part about transferring a variable annuity to a MYGA is you lock in those gains because a MYGA is principal protected, so there's no more fluctuation. You yank out with the variable annuity, typical annual fees are around 3%. So you yank out that and you lock in the gain, but that cost basis goes with you. Oh, by the way, love the hat you sent. See, y'all, I'm not kidding. There's people out there, and you say, Stan, what's the catch? There's got to be a catch. There's no one out there that's giving anything away for free. I just gave Zeke a ukulele. No strings attached. It's a tenor ukulele. Can he play? No, he can't. But I gave it to him anyway. No strings attached. And you know why? Because Hawaiians love ukuleles, I think. Well, they sit on the beach, and they drink, like from a coconut or something. Is that right, Zeke? And then they play ukuleles. But yeah, we just give these away. You're saying, Stan, you guys making that much money, you give things away. Listen, it's been 15 years since I've needed the money. I don't spend a lot. I wear sweatsuits and T-shirts. Come on, man. It's the queen that wears nice clothes. But yeah, we do give these away. No strings attached. So, email me. When we built the new website, I said, make it some, this is Redneck Web Design. I'm the redneck from North Carolina. Make the web so that, you go to the homepage and then you click it and it says email Stan. You click it and it goes to the email immediately. And they showed me that. I'm like, you guys are wizards. You'll love the homepage because I've got a pair of shades on with the American flag on the shades. You'll be amazed. Most people like it, but I do get the haters like, I don't know why you're so patriotic. I'm like, they're shades. They're shades. Zeke, why are people so wound up? I don't know, Zeke. See, Zeke's Hawaiian. They're just chill all the time until they're not. I think that clarified it. 1035 non-IRA, and then IRA to IRA transfer, both are non-taxable events. We do all that for you if you want to do that. Okay. You need to choose us. We are where you need to land when it comes to annuities, contractual guarantees. Next, Zeke. We're going to go as long as you want, Zeke. You have to go to the bathroom? That's a personal question. No? I was going to say something. Smells like you need to. Okay. Hey, Stan, for a 60-40 investment portfolio, how much in annuities should be held in the 40% bond position portfolio? That's a good question. There's not a good answer. I do think that I love, when I was there and they were available, I love tax-free municipal bonds. It's just hard to get them now just because the hedge funds and private equity dudes are coming in and buy the whole thing. And I don't like bond funds, but that's a whole nother story. I think MYGAs need to be a part of it. Because if you look on my site, go to my site, pull up the MYGA feed at the top, you'll see the rates and just click see live rates. The rates are good, and you can get really good companies with really good guarantees for really good time periods. The Queen loves MYGAs. Because she grew up in a trailer in Nebraska, nothing wrong with that. And I grew up in rural North Carolina. It's like Warren Buffett said, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. There's a lot of us out there that, we miss the market movements, but we don't lose money. I don't lose money. I know you understand you're missing out, son. This AI stuff and NVIDIA, and I saw the other day that XYZ and the space. Listen, I get it, man. Elon Musk is an alien. Everything he does is great. And by the way, if you hear hammering outside, that's called progress. Progress. I did the Joe Biden again, Zeke. So the answer is there's not a good answer. I like, corporates and munis are great, but I would look at MYGAs as annuity bonds, and you're buying guarantees from a specific annuity company. Guy called me the other day. He said, Stan, I don't want anything but A++ or better, top of the line. There's some phenomenal MYGAs right now at A++. Phenomenal. Queen loves them. Sorry. Queen loves them. I'm just telling you. You don't have to bottom fish. Remember, you're dating MYGAs, not marrying them. Anything lifetime income's A+ or better, but I can go down to B++ if you want to and sign off on it because we're dating the MYGAs. We're not going to marry them. We're going to date them. We're only going to be there for that specific time period. So I'd look at them. I would pepper it in with some MYGAs and then make your decision which ones you like best. Next. Clear Dew. I like that. If I was like a moonshiner, Zeke, in North Carolina, I'd be called Clear Dew. Not Mountain Dew, Zeke. That's taken. It's trademarked. Clear Dew. What could happen if I bought a SPIA with a life term, so life only, but the insurance company bankrupted later? First of all, you didn't buy it from me, so shame on you, because that would never happen. And people say, well, Dan, what happens when New York Life or some A++ company? Sorry, I actually mentioned a carrier. That's a faux pas. So I'm using an example. What happens if they go out of business? Run to your grocery store and grab some bread. It's a wrap. Country's over. Well, what about if they could? No, they can't. Okay, A+ or better, we're fine. But let's just say you bought, Sinking Sands of Texas Life Insurance Company. There's no such thing. I just made that up. And it went out of business. There's a state guarantee fund that protects annuities even in payout level, even if it's in payout form, up to a certain amount. NOLHGA.com. NOLHGA.com. And you can pull up your state guarantee fund and look at those limits. But I'm looking at the financials. I don't look at that. I respect you if that's what you want to do and you want to play the state guarantee fund game. I totally respect that. It's your money. But I'm batting 1,000% in 30 years. So even with the state insurance department step in, can I still get payment for the rest of the life? Here's what I've seen. I'm going to answer that question on experience. I've seen 3 companies get absorbed in my companies that I knew about. Not little dinky ones that I'd never look at, but 3 companies I knew about. Never sold any of them. But they were all absorbed by the state guarantee for one about 25 years ago, one in 2008, one in 2021. Every single person not only got their money back, but are continuing to get payments. You say, well, wait a minute, Stan. Aren't there limitations on state guarantee funds? Yes, there are. But annuities as a product category, they're confidence products. And the annuity companies know that, and they are not going to allow some idiot running a company to ruin things. The one in 2021, I'm only going to say that the person that ran that was found guilty, and they're doing prison time. But every single person that bought from that company got every single penny back and is receiving payments above and beyond the state guarantee fund. Why? Good question. Because the second there's confidence lost in the annuity industry is the second it's a game over. And the annuity companies know that. So you're in good shape, but I still would tell you A+ or better for lifetime income. No exceptions on my book if you're going to buy from me. Next, Zeke. We're up on the hour, but we're going to go through. Everybody grab a drink. Let's toast to Zeke. To Zeke. What are upfront bonuses? Why are upfront bonuses crazy? Are you serious? It's a good question, actually, Jack. Is it because the costs for them are baked into the guarantee? There are costs. There's no free money. There's 100 pennies in the dollar. I'm going to keep saying that until people go, there's 100 pennies in the dollar. Upfront bonuses, I call it candy for the stupid. If you think that someone's giving money away, you're stupid, and you get what you deserve. And you're going to find out after you bought it that it wasn't free money and that there is a fee for it. And when we quote, if you said to me, Stan, answer the 2 questions, what do you want the money to contractually do? I want income in 10 years. When do you want, I want income, I want it to start in 10 years. Those are the 2 answers. One of the products we're going to quote is called an income rider attached to an indexed annuity. Income riders, some have bonuses, some don't have bonuses. We're going to quote the world. We don't really care, A+ or better. Bonuses are part of the overall contractual guarantee. Who cares? It's a shiny thing for stupid people. It's a shiny thing for agents to show. Well, you get this upfront bonus right here. You put $100,000 in it, and at $27,000, you get $127,000. And my comment to people is, try to cash that in, player. The ironic part about that, Jack, is that most of the time, actually the majority of the time, products with upfront bonus don't have as high a payout as the income riders without an upfront bonus. We don't care about upfront bonuses at all. It's the biggest joke of all time. I had a consultant in here recently, because they're always coming in here going, Stan, how you do it? You seem like a dumb redneck. What are you doing, son? How's this working? I surround myself with smart people. Plus, I am a little smart, I guess. But he says, well, I'm really proud because our company just introduced our first bonus product. I'm like, who cares? I mean, are you proud of that? Who gives a crap? I swear, if I could do one thing as annuities are, if I was annuities are, would be here. I mean, this thing would be cleaned up in a second. There would be no upfront bonuses. Next. Do all fixed index annuities with income riders have surrender charges? Yes. The answer is yes. And the only reason we'd buy the index annuity is for the income rider. Never, ever, 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 ever buy the index annuity as a standalone for growth or potential. I have a challenge out there. It's been out there for over a decade. That the back-tested number that you've been shown or someone's shown you, I've told agents, if you can show me the back-tested number that you presented and over time it did better or the same, then there's a big amount of money in it for you. I can't say it over the waves because I think you've got to run that past somebody. But no one's taken me up on it. Why? Because it's never happened. Next. Oh, but remember, if you're looking for market growth, it doesn't have surrender charges. Let's repeat it again. If you're looking for market growth, it doesn't have surrender charges. Is there an annuity that you can fund every month with a fixed interest rate like a MYGA? Yeah, there's flexible premium annuities out there that allow you to put in money over time. Like if you buy a MYGA, typically there's a 30-day time period where you can add money. After that, you can't. There are some out there, but they're few and far between, and they're not, in my opinion, I'm sure someone will email me and tell me I'm wrong, they're not good products, in my opinion. So I don't think it's MYGAs aren't a systematic, deposit product. It's a lump sum product, my opinion. But there are products out there like that. They're called flexible deferred premium annuities, meaning you can add money to it. But if you're looking at that, number one, I've got to ask you, what are you doing? How young are you? If you're pre-55 and looking to do that, please don't do that. I'm not a big fan of these annuity choices inside of 401ks and retirement plans. You just don't have enough choices. Annuities are commodity products. You shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantees because they always change. With the 401k type situation, what I'm seeing is the big boys are in there. They give you 2 or 3 choices, but they're not competitive when shopped with all carriers. That's what I'm seeing. Next. We're going to keep going. Zeke, we're going to set a record today. Can you hold it? He said, yeah. If I hear some noise over there, I'm sounding right now like I'm saying. Just tuning in. Man, Ken, you missed it, man. The cool part is Zeke is so technologically savvy, as they say. He's gonna post post the replay on my YouTube channel. Just tuning in, so sorry if this is a question that was asked, but I'm considering a MYGA, but I need to understand the various ratings. In other words, what is the likelihood that B plus defaults? There's none with me because I'm looking under the hood, and we're dating the company. Now, with that being said, I respect your opinion on your money and what you feel comfortable with. So if you say, Stan, I just want A plus or better, then that's where we're headed. If you say, Stan, what would you recommend? You've looked under the hood of all these companies. First off, I've got to ask, hey, do you want to have the potential of take interest out or 10%? That's going to filter it. I'm going to ask a couple questions, but at the end of the process, if I look under the hood and I think that that company can back up the claim for that specific time period, and they're, say, B double plus rated, I'm going to recommend them. Would I buy lifetime income from them? Absolutely not. Lifetime income is A plus or better because we're marrying. This is hard for Zeke and I to say. Marrying to marry. We're not going to marry that. We're going to marry the company for lifetime income. We're going to date the company for MYGAs. So that's a good question. Next, keep going. Jack, I appreciate it, Jack. I went a little crazy on the upfront bonus. I'm sorry, but that triggers me. That's my trigger. If I'm having a really relaxed day, and then you could walk up to me and go, upfront bonus, and I go nuts. Blood pressure, the whole thing, because I think that's the dumbest, and that's what most local agents And most annuities are sold within a 30-mile radius of where the agent lives. So most local agents are throwing the seminar and then talking about an upfront bonus. Lord help us. I do mean that. What can you do if your agent has you invest in 80% of annuities? Man, I mean, I hate to tell you what you can do because you can get them. If you want to email me, I'll give you that answer, stan@theannuityman.com. That shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. Makes me mad when I see that, man. Because in the world that we live in, yeah, the new F word is fiduciary. And everybody, and what people are like, well, are you a fiduciary, son? And my answer to that is, if you're asking me if I put my client's best interest ahead of mine, which is the definition of fiduciary, the answer is yes. But the caveat to that is anyone in the financial services business should answer yes. Man, there's some bad things happening out there. Next. When I die, come on now, don't talk like that. You know what happened to Let Zeke? Everyone's asking me, what if I die? Stan, what happens when you die? We do have a good continuation plan. We have the Jimmy Dean sausage plan for annuities. If you ever bought Jimmy Dean sausage, it's good. Jimmy Dean's been dead for like 12 years, but they sell a crap load of sausage, no pun intended. Same thing when my Learjet hits the mountain, Zeke. You'll still be here doing it. I don't know what you'll be filming, but you'll be filming something. And, but yeah, we'll still be here. I've got that plan. If my wife purchases an annuity from my life insurance or Roth account, first of all, she can't purchase an annuity from your Roth account. Okay. Will the entire payments be tax-free? All right, let me answer it another way because I think I know what you're asking. When I die, if I set up a joint life income guarantee in my Roth IRA joint with my wife, and I die, will my wife continue to get tax-free payments because it's in my Roth? The answer is yes. That's what you were asking. Zeke, how about that? Did you know I spoke fluent annuitism? Annuity whisperer. Next. Keep them coming, people. Come on. If you have two insurance companies with the same rating, is it better to go with a mutual insurance company? You know, I get that question a lot more often. I don't know that. I guess in a broader sense, yes. Because mutual companies, I don't think are as susceptible to private equity, hedge fund, nefarious Wall Streeters trying to buy them. But my opinion. So I would say the answer is yes on that. But it's not a deal breaker. Next. If I have a MYGA coming due soon with an A-plus company, can I renew with the same company and negotiate a higher rate? The answer is yes, you can renew with a higher company, but no, you can't negotiate a higher rate. The companies want you to forget about the MYGA, forget about the surrender time, forget about it, and they want to renew it at a lower rate. That's just part of the business model. We never allow that to happen. We never allow that to happen. We manage multiple billions. We never allow that to happen. I have a team in place that's going to call you 60 days prior. They're going to send you a FedEx if you don't respond. Then we're going to send all kinds of things until you respond. We're going to make sure that you are going to make a decision within that specific time frame that it's penalty free, and all companies are different. They have different rules. So if you think you're a good negotiator, you're talking to a brick wall with the annuity company. They could give a rip. And the crazy part about it is I've always thought, why wouldn't you just give a good renewal rate and keep the money? And the answer that I've been told by companies is this: we make more money from people letting it slip through the crack. Really? Yeah. But if you think about it logically, if the average agent lasts 4 years in the business, you bought a 5-year MYGA, either you're on top of it and they're not on top of it, but we're on top of it, which leads to the reason that you might want to let us manage your MYGA and become agent of record on it or indexed annuity. But yeah, you're not going to be able to call them up and go, you know what, my name's Fred and I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and let me tell you something, I'm a player, I'm an investor, I can do it. I need a better rate to stay. They're going to be like, spell your name again, sir. Not going to happen. Next. I know that guy's going to say, I'll show you. And I hope he does. Is that it, Zeke? Is that all we got? We're going to wrap it up. It's been good. I'm glad that you joined us. Go to my new website, theannuityman.com. You can run quotes without putting in your information, personal information. You can always schedule a call with me. You can email me, Stan at The Annuity Man. Get your free hat. The Queen says she loves you. See you next time.